Hello, welcome to Yoga for Anxious Types with me, Marina White Raven. You're all very welcome, and today we're meeting energy with energy. So if you're feeling kind of very hyped up, and if you're feeling like no energy, this is going to be a great practice for you, I hope. And I was digging around clearing things out, and I found a little quote, and I don't know if I wrote this or whether somebody else did, but it's 3 lines, and maybe this will be good to start. So, without challenge, there is no resilience. Without fear, there is no courage. Without risk, there is no confidence. So, yeah, let's go for life. Let's go for life, and let's start our practice today with the bell. Let's let that ring out. And we're going to start standing. So find yourself in a standing position. Okay, that's about right. And we'll just wake the body up a little bit, or at least just try to get everything a bit more evened out, because you might be feeling some parts of the body super energized and some parts are really kind of sluggish. So a great place to start is right in the middle. Let's just give the lower back a little bit of a pummeling. Right in the lower back. And you'll know where to do it because you just feel it. The back of the hands. Oh, yeah, take a breath in through the nostrils. And sigh out through the mouth. Let it go. Whatever you are holding onto, let it go. Let it go. Good. And then we'll just take the knuckles and take them again, just rubbing either side of the lower spine, or as high as you want to go, really. Yeah, just get that yoga energy, the kundalini energy, just to rise up. Get everything warmed up a little bit more. We're also going to take the fingers or the soft fists to the chest. So I think these stiff fingers are really good. We take them all over the chest, breathing all the time. Yeah, maybe if you're feeling like you're really ramped up, then a few releasing breaths is great. Releasing breath is in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Come right to the centre of the chest. And then around and to the sides of the ribs there. Give them a little bit of a pummel. And let's also just take the first finger and the thumb just to the space. It's kind of these 2 little dips below the collarbone. You can feel those bones. And this is a really key energy point. Just give that little bit of, it's almost like circles with those 2 points. Great place to just, wow, release some energy. Connect with yourself. Good. And also let's take the skull as well. This always feels great. So put the fingers over the skull and let's take the thumbs, that bottom edge of your skull. Start in the middle. And get those thumbs into the middle, and then just roll in circles along that edge. Yeah, let's release some of that tension that might have gathered up in. Yeah, just let it release. Enjoy this. This practice should be enjoyable, and if you enjoy it, and if you acknowledge your enjoyment, you're more likely to do it again. Whereas if you come to the end and go, phew, I'm glad that's over, that was terrible, you're not likely to return to it. So we may as well enjoy those moments. And then also just in the front here, just take the middle finger to the temples and let's just get that into that little dip there. Yeah. Yeah. Acknowledge all of that tension and go, wow, I'm letting that kind of move around. When we release the tension, it's like releasing energy, flow in the body. And let's also just get the ears. It's always a good thing to just get the ears, a little bit of a pinch, a little bit of a stretch all around that edge, and particularly on the lobes there. Just give us a little bit of a pulling. Okay. And then we're just going to lift the shoulders up, breathing in, lift the shoulders and hold your breath in. And release out through the mouth. Good. And breathe in. And out through the mouth. Yeah, and again, breathe in. Squeeze those shoulders right high. Hold the breath in and out through the mouth in one whoosh. Good. Yeah. Roll the shoulders back just 3 times. Let the knees bend and join in. Yeah, release some of that tension and then forwards with those shoulders. Release the tension. Acknowledge the tension. It's okay, it's just what happens. But we have to acknowledge it and let it move, let it release a little bit. And then we're going to just bring the right hand to the left shoulder and sweep from the left shoulder down to the right hip. 3 sweeps. Again, connecting our energy up, repatterning, so we get a better flow. Left hand on right shoulder, again, sweeping in this diagonal across the body. Really important, these diagonals, how everything links up. And then we're going to bring the sides of the feet together, bring the legs together for this battery. We're going to build up our battery, energy battery. Breathing in, lift the hands up, arms are coming up. We're going to receive and draw everything in, bring the hands together above the head. Hold the breath in, squeezing everything together in your battery. Lift the heels off the ground. And then breathing out slowly and softly through the nostrils. Hands come down, palms are coming down to the ground, down to the sides of the body. Everything empty out. Breathing in again, palms open, thumbs are coming out to the sides. Lift up, lift the heels off the ground, lift the fingertips to the ceiling. Hold your breath in. Squeeze the legs together, squeeze the arms together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Turn the hands. Breathing out, slowly coming down. I'm going to do one more. So just release everything, let everything out. Okay, one more last in-breath. Make it a powerful, strong inhale, inspiration. Squeeze everything together, lift the heels off the ground, hold, hold, hold. And then turn the hands softly. Let the arms just float down. Heels come back down to the ground. Beautiful, good. And to loosen that all up, put the feet a bit further apart, knees are bent, and just twisting the body centrally on its central axis. Make sure the body's not flopping. The spine is upright. It's really staying nice and upright. Bend the knees. Everything else is kind of floppy. The spine is staying upright. It's your inner stability. It's staying stable. And you're just turning on it. The arms are heavy. Just enjoy that feeling. Looking right behind you. You might even want to lift your heel off the ground. Come onto the toe as you twist to look right behind you. Okay. And slowly let the arms just slowly come to a stop naturally. And then we're just going to do a half breath here. So we're stirring things up, and let's just clear out the stuff we don't want, all those kind of cloggy bits, those dusty corners. Breathe in and out through the mouth. Good. Knees bend, let the arms swing a few times. Let's try that again. Fresh new breath into the nostrils. Stretch the whole body up and then out through the mouth. Good. Let the arms swing. Good. So think about all those cobwebs, all those dusty corners. Let's sweep it all out. Good. Let the arms swing. Let's do one more for luck, okay? Breathing in, fresh new energy, springy energy, boundless energy. And clear out all the cobwebs. Good. So we're going to start with a standing posture now. Actually, well, first of all, just get the legs a bit more warmed up. So let's come into a cross crawl again, connecting the energy. Lift the left knee, meet it with the right hand, and then we do the opposite. Don't forget, you can do this at your own, meeting whatever your energy is. So if it's just like, oh, you know, I'm just doing this slowly, that's okay. But you're feeling like, wow, I've got all this energy, then you can make that very energetic. It's up to you. But try and keep the weight in the front of the foot. Don't let the heel come down heavily. You know, this heavy-footedness takes a lot of energy. So try and walk lightly on the earth. Yeah. So extending the leg, meeting it with the opposite hand. Long leg down. So you're meeting the toe with the fingers. Yeah, it's almost like you're kicking up to the fingers. Good. And then let the leg come out to the side, and the opposite arm comes over the head, so it looks like this. Good. Breathe. Breathe in and out through the nostrils now. Let's maintain our energy. Breathe. Steady flow of breath, that's the way. Okay, good. And let's just finish with a fun one so we can just brighten ourselves up a little bit. So put the weight onto the right foot, and then we take the left foot behind us, and we give that a little smack with the hand. The other arm comes over the head. Try and get on the ball of the foot so we get the springiness, and this is what makes it fun. So we just move like this, and we spring. And we smile. Smiling is the cherry on the cake there. And you can even laugh at yourself, particularly if it kind of gets a little bit uncoordinated. So we're bringing the body and the brain into some kind of coordination. Let's flatten that mat out a little bit. So let's come to the front of the mat. Legs and bodies all ready now. We're kind of evened out a bit more energetically. Lift the heels up and place them down. Bring the hands to the heart center. So think about that, meeting your life as it is, meeting that energy. So we're bringing that intention into our practice. Put the weight onto the left foot. We're going to step back, a big step with the right foot, stepping back into the unknown space behind us. Yes, beautiful, big step. Square the hips to the long edge of the mat. Breathing in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest, lift the ribs. Breathing out, keep that lift as you bring the arms down to shoulder height. Now breathing in, extend the arms away from each other, the fingertips. And as you look down that left arm, you can just see down to that left leg. As you breathe out, you're bending into that left knee. Don't forget to push back into that right heel. Now let's just add something on here. So try and find that posture. Find the evenness between the feet. Strong, stable base. Strong belly. Feel the pointing the tailbone down. I'm going to do a little bit of an arm twist just to keep our interest and to keep our breath moving. So as you breathe in, you're going to turn that palm to come up. The other palm's going to turn the other way. So you're kind of twisting the arms. So just get a twisty feeling first. But you're going to turn that palm up. The thumb is going out to the right as you breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to twist that arm the other way and lift that left palm in front of you. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in one more time and breathing out. Breathing in one more time. Straighten the leg, breathing out, lower the arms down, bend into the right knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. You'll feel that in your shoulders and in your arms. Let's put the weight onto the right foot now. Stay with it. Take the step back with the left. Keep your hips square to the long edge of the mat. Breathe in, lift the arms up. Lift the chest. Breathing out, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Breathing in. Expand across the chest. Breathing out, that knee is going in line with your toes. Keep the hips nice and open. Strong back leg. Your anchor, your back leg. Now we're going to again do this twisty arms. So just twist them first of all, just to get the feeling. And as you breathe in, you're going to turn that left palm up, the back palm. And as you breathe out, you're going to turn the right palm up. But you're going to give that extra twist with the arm that you're not looking at. So it's kind of moving in the opposite direction, if you like. Breathing in, looking back. Keep aware of the legs, don't let them collapse. They're your base, they're your stability underneath you. Breathing in, breathing out one more time. Breathing in, look back. Breathing out, look forwards. Breathe in one more time, straighten the arms. Straighten the legs. Breathing out, lower the arms down, bending into that left knee. Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Good, okay. We're going to just come into a wide leg position now. Nice and wide, both feet are pointing forwards. We're going to come into a wide leg forward bend and also open the chest by interlinking the fingers behind the back. So we're going to open the chest. Hopefully the shoulders are getting a bit of release now. Yeah, that's strong on the shoulders, right? So you're going to just take the hands back, down, away from you. Breathe in, lift the gaze, lift the chest. Heart is opening. As you breathe out, soften the knees slightly, but come forward with a straight back. To do that, really use the abdominal strength, use the buttocks and the legs. Keep breathing in and out as you come forward, straight back as long as you can. Then you can start to bend the back a little bit. Keep the legs strong. The knees aren't bent, they're soft, so you're not locking the knees. Now the hands first of all just resting on your back, let the head hang a little bit. And in fact, let's enjoy this bit of hanging. And just release the neck by making that no, kind of as if you were saying no with your head, turning it a little bit. And then breathing in, and as you breathe out, let the hands come over the head. So we're just opening up the chest, opening up the front of the shoulder, also between the shoulder blades. But it's very important in this posture not to force it, push the arms, because you'll end up fighting with yourself. Instead, just let the weight of the arms do the work. Just relax the weight of the arms. And to go with that relaxing of weight, breathe deeply, breathing in. To the center of the chest, breathing out, just relax.
Slight bend in the knees there, just to keep the legs, the upper body more relaxed. Good. Now take the hands to the centre of the back, right in the middle here, and we draw a circle on the centre of the back. Yeah, and these beautiful oceans, the oceans of wellness in the centre of the back. And then we turn the direction the other way. And as we do that, we imagine we're widening ourselves back up to standing. Good. Just enjoy that for a couple more seconds. Yeah, feels good. Okay. So we're just going to bring the feet together, however you want to. And we'll give the legs a shake, but by keeping the feet on the ground, and we just shake the legs. Yeah, that feels kind of nice. And the rest of the body wants to kind of shake a little bit with that. That's all good. Okay. Feet hips width apart. Check your feet, look at them. Lift the toes, place them down. Lift the heels, place them down. So we're placing our feet, feeling our connection with the ground, feeling that stability, that earth. Now we're going to just move the arms with the breath. Good. Connecting with the breath. As you breathe in, again, the hands open, the thumbs come out to the side. As you come up, you lift the fingers to the ceiling. It's like you're not lifting the arms, it's the fingertips. And lift the heels off the ground, bring the hands together. And as you breathe out, the palms are turning around, so the palms are coming down and the heels are coming down. But try and change that point of view. You feel like you're lifting your arms are quite heavy, but you imagine the fingertips or even the fingernails are lifting up as you breathe in. The hands come together, then the hands turn, and then you bring the hands back down to the earth. The heels come back down to the earth as well. Open the hands up, really lifting up. Inspiration, inhalation, bring the hands together, breathing out. So see how slowly and steadily you can do this movement. Smoothly and slowly. But it will be in time with your breath. Don't worry if you're a bit faster or slower than me. That's absolutely fine. And slowly with bringing the heels down if you can. This is great for the legs as well, particularly the calves and the ankles and the feet. Great for balance. Do this every morning, even if you only do it once, twice, 3 times. It's worth doing. You don't have to do this for half an hour, it's just 1 minute even. 1 minute every day, that's a good challenge. First thing, let's do one more of these. Beautiful, inhale, inspiration. Lifting up, extension, and then breathing out, soft, receptive. Earth, back down to earth. Okay. I'm going to come into balance now, so we have hopefully a bit more sense of balance. Into dancer. Use a wall or furniture if you want to. That's always okay, particularly if you're just learning or if you don't feel so steady. The balance changes every day. Let's place that left foot down. Spread the toes. So that's bending that knee that you're standing on to keep your centre of gravity down. Legs have to work harder when you do that, but it will help your balance. So initially, it's a good way to start. Now bend that right knee and take hold of the foot. If you want to stay here, or actually breathe in and lift that left arm up, this helps to the left arm isn't just lifting, it's also extending the fingers to the ceiling. Then it helps that length lift in the body, lift the chest, shoulders down. Make a connection between the thumb and the first finger. So you have this mudra. Yeah? The other fingers are spread out wide like a lovely sunshine. Breathe in, lift the chest. Now you can stay here, this is a strong balance already. Or if you want to, you can take the body forwards as you breathe out. Keep that knee bent to the standing leg as long as you need to. You can start to straighten it out if it feels comfortable. And then once you're in your position, with the arm extended forward, start to take that heel away from the buttock. Really think about kicking that right toe to the ceiling. It's stronger, it's going to feel more effort, but it will help your balance. Ungrip the toes, breathe. Good, you're meeting life here. Feeling your life force with your breath. Use your in-breath to come back up to standing. See if you can come out smoothly. Lower the arm, left arm on the out-breath, and then lower that foot down to the ground softly and slowly. Let's try and bring some poise and grace into our practice. Give the legs both a shake. Yeah. And let's just give ourselves a little bit of a shake up by knees are soft. And we're just going to bounce a little bit on the heels.
This always feels nice to reset everything, even things out. Yeah. And it feels good just to keep that light springiness in the body, that springy quality. So I'm going to now step forward. What do I do? Left foot. Right with the right. So I was turning around. Bring the weight onto the right foot here. Really let the weight go into that foot. So bending that right knee, spreading the toes out wide. Yeah, and just kind of letting that happen. And then you can lift up that left foot off the ground. I'm doing the outside grip for a change. I normally do the inside, but you can choose whichever you prefer. The inside grip, the thumb goes backwards. So making that connection between the thumb and the first finger of the right hand, making that mudra, the other fingers spread out nice and wide. It's a soft touch between the thumb and the first finger, not pressing. So we have a subtle energy, that connection, that flow. Breathe in, lift that right arm up. As you breathe out, the arm and the body are leaning forward. So the arm is in line with the body. It's not going in front of it. And then once you're as far forward as you feel you can go, leaning forwards, then you can start to take that left away. Good. Take the heel away from the buttock. Take the chest forward. Try and keep the shoulders away from the ears. Enjoy the wobbles. The wobbles are fine. The wobbles are your body learning balance. So it's good. Breathe. Breathe deeply. Use the inhale to come back up. Exhale, lower that right arm down. And slowly let the left foot go. Good. And let's have a little bit of a softening and loosening everything with the Tai Chi twist. So we're just going to, again, feet are nice and wide apart. Let everything swing around. Loosen everything up. Shoulders are working quite hard here. And the legs and the back. Everything's getting some attention. We're evening everything out. Breathe freely in and out through the nostrils. Yeah. And just loosen everything up a little bit. Okay. So we're going to come into another wide leg. Wide leg. But then turn the feet out at a slight angle. So we're going to come into windmill now. This is great for working this middle section. So first of all, we're going to breathe in, lift the arms up, look up. The hands above the head, just reaching up the fingertips. And look up. Now turn towards your left leg and turn towards the toes pointing out, the same direction. As you breathe out, you're going to come down over that leg. Try and soften that knee. You don't want to have a locked knee. And then the fingertips are going to sweep across the ground. You might touch the ground. Don't worry if you're floating in the air. That's also okay. On the inhale, now the inhale starts when you meet the other leg and breathe in. So we're coming into a windmill, breathing in, reaching up. So we're always extending into the fingertips, breathing out as you come down and across the floor. The inhale helps you to lift up. Inhale. And you extend into the arms all the time. We're extending forwards. We're reaching forwards all the time. Keep some really strong awareness on the abdominals. Don't let all the emphasis go onto your lower back. Strong abdominals, working with the lower back. Breathing in all the way up. Breathing out all the way down. Keep the breath in and out through the nostrils. Breathing in. Big circle. You're making a big circle. You're drawing a big circle with the fingertips. Good. Come up one last time. Breathing in. Extend the fingers up. Now I'm going to turn towards the right leg. And we're going to aim over that right leg, the direction the toes are pointing. Breathing in. Breathing out, coming down over the right leg, soften the knee, sweep across the floor. Inhale, up the other side. Turn in the center part and then down. Strong legs here. Strong legs do not mean locking the knees. It's very much the opposite. So keep the knees nice and soft, tap them. Inhaling to lift yourself up. This is strong. But with the breath, with the support of the breath, and your care and tension, it's okay. It's really good, kind of strong. Working with the breath and the movement. Inhaling upwards, up to the sky, turning the body and breathing out. Yeah, bending and twisting is, we need to really take care and support that with the breath and move slowly and mindfully. Breathing out one more time across the floor. Inhale up to the top. Let the arms come down on the exhale. Good. We're going to keep the feet where they are. So with that, again, we're stirring, when we're moving these circles, we stir things up a little bit. Feet are still out at a right angle, not right angle, about a 45-degree angle, so it's somewhere in that middle section. Getting ready for the goddess. So we're going to get the legs. We've had the upper body working a bit. Now it's the legs again. So bend the knees. So checking the angle of the toes is going in the same direction as the knees. Also thinking about keeping the bottom tucked in. So we're not sticking the bottom out and the chest coming forward. The heart is staying above the base of the spine. So you can draw at the pelvic floor as you do this, or Mula Bandha, similar kind of feeling, drawing up that energy in the base of the body, the base chakra, the ground, your ground. This is why it's important to keep this very strong, this area. And when we engage with it, we're strengthening it, as well as using the power that comes from there. Knees are going out to the side, so we're getting those legs and the buttocks are working. Strong belly all the time. Good. Now we're getting ready for the goddess. Okay. Think about those fierce goddesses, destructive forces, but we need that destructive forces to let energy move and to let the new come in. So we breathe in, and on the out breath, these cactus arms, elbows, really nice strong angles, strong fingers there. And the tongue comes out the mouth, rasping sound, eyes wide. Okay, let's go for it again. Breathe in. Good. Gather your energies as you breathe in. Good. Let's try it again. Breathe in. Great. Let's bring the legs together. My screen has gone dark, so I'm going to just use my magic wand to lighten it up. Magic, goddess magic. So again with legs. Big parts of the body need lots of, they carry us around in life, so it's important we take care of them and energize and strengthen them. So we're going to keep the feet on the ground, and they're going to be hips width apart and parallel, so that when you bend your knees, the knees are going in line with the toes, just checking that. Okay, I'm going to come into chair. So breathing in, lift the arms up. The hands are going directly up. Feel that length in the front of the body and the back of the body. And as you breathe out, you're sitting back, but keeping this lovely long line. This also includes your neck. So back of the neck is long, which means that when you start, you're looking forwards, and your gaze will change and be looking more towards the ground, because you're not looking at the hands, you're keeping your back of your neck in line. Keep extending the arms forward. Keep the shoulders back down away from the ears though. So we're sitting into this comfortable seat. All the time extending the arms forward, so the chest is really open, front of the body is engaged, the abdominals are engaged, the buttocks, the legs. Breathe deeply, dig deeply with that breath. Good, meet that resistance. And say hello. Now you can come up, breathe in. And breathing out, lower the arms down. It feels good to come out of that. Let's come into a little squat here. Done a lot of hip opening as well. So we're coming into a squat to relieve all of that and to give the hips a bit of a rest. So bring the angle of the heel, again, the knees and the toes need to be at the same angle. So adjust to make that work for you. And try and get the body between these knees. So get them a bit wider if you can, but that's going to be, you're working where you're working. And don't forget, if your heels are lifted, put some padding underneath them. Now let your head hang. Hands on the ground. Yeah, release. Take time to release. Breathe into the nostrils. Out through the mouth. Good. Twists. So lift the gaze again. Let's bring the left hand down to the ground. So get that on the ground, so that as you inhale, you lift that right arm. In fact, you're not lifting that arm. Imagine again the fingertips are lifting. They're just lifting up. It's a light, lovely light arm. Good. And look up at that right hand. The heart wants to see the right hand. It wants to stay connected with it. And you're reaching up. So let's encourage that reaching up by turning and twisting the wrist there. But imagine it's spiraling upwards. It's kind of like some kind of creeper. It's some kind of vine that's creeping up. Yeah. And then we're going to come back down. So we're going to rotate in the other way. And as you rotate that, it's unwinding, and the whole arm is unwinding, and the hand comes back to the ground. So we hold that right hand firmly on the ground. As you inhale, lift the left arm up. Watch it as it goes up. It's the fingertips that are lifting. The fingertips are lifting. The arm just happens to be hanging off those fingertips. Turn your gaze towards that left hand, and it's going to go higher. So rotate the wrist in whatever way feels like it's twisting upwards. Enjoy the movement of the wrist nice and slowly, breathing in and out through the nostrils all the time. It's this vine twisting up, like clematis or something, or ivy. And then rotating in the other way. It's unwinding, unwinding, and then it's coming down. The whole arm is unwinding to the ground. Beautiful. Briefly come into a ragdoll. So bent knees, let the body hang. Yeah, feels good. Breathe in through the nostrils. As you sigh out through the mouth, relax the neck. Feel the release. Just be aware of the whole of the upper body and the impact of this inversion. We're doing the opposite. Inversion is we're doing the opposite of what we normally do. Normally the back's upright, but now we're letting it hang forwards. This is great relieving of pain in the back, particularly the lower back. So, share this with your friends. It's an easy little reliever. You can do this anywhere. Anywhere that you can stand, you can do this. Let the arms be relaxed. Keep the knees bent. Yeah, we'll give it a bit of extra time. Now bring your focus of attention to the base of the spine. Bring all your attention there. And imagine that just your attention and that energy is lifting. That's what's lifting you up. And it's traveling up through the center of your body. And that energy is just creating space between each little vertebrae. As you uncurl, it's creating space and lift and lightness. Feel that lightness as you breathe now into this body. Breathe. Good. Just feel that sense of expansion. Good. So with that, we will do our little half sun salute. So again, standing at the front of the mat, feet tips width apart, lift the toes, place them down, lift the heels, place them down. Bring the hands to the heart center. Half sun salute, breathing in, lift the arms up, look up, bring the hands together above the head, turn the palms. Palms come down, the knees bend, the face is coming forward, the fingertips touch the ground at the end of the out breath. Inhale, look forwards with your eyes and the chest follows so that you'll straighten the arms, straighten the legs, straighten the back, look forwards. Hands just below the knees, just below the knees. And then breathing out with the straight legs, forward bend, looking towards the toes. Bend the knees a lot more so you can have the power to push up through the legs. Inhaling, looking up, breathing out. Back to the beginning, breathing in all the way up. Palms come together, breathing out, the palms come away from each other. The face is leading, the chest is leading, the knees are bent, fingertips. Straighten the legs, look forwards with the eyes and the chest, shoulders back, inhaling. Exhale, forward bend with straight legs. Bend the knees a lot more, breathing in. Push up through those strong legs. Using the power of the legs and then breathing out. Soften everything. Breathing in all the way up. Look up, breathing out, the hands are coming down, the knees are bending, the chest and the chin is coming forwards, the fingertips come to the ground. Breathing in, look forwards. Take the shoulders back, strong belly. Now breathing out with the straight legs, forward bend, looking at the toes there. Bend the knees a lot so that you can push up through the legs. You lift up with the fingertips are lifting up, inhaling, and the exhale. Always remember to think about the fingertips lifting. Even the fingernails, rather than lifting the arms on that inhale, makes it much easier. Breathing out, fingertips. Breathing in, breathing out, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot, breathing in all the way up. Breathing out. Breathing in again. Breathing out, bend the knees. Fingertips come to the ground. Look at the ground. Breathing in. Look forwards, chest forwards, heart open. Breathing out, straight legs, forward bend. Next, the last one now. So bend the knees a lot, push up through the strong legs, reach up with the fingertips, look up, breathing out, arms come down. We'll make this the last one. Breathing in all the way up, breathing out all the way down. The knees are bent. Now straighten the legs, arms back, look forwards. Inhaling, exhaling, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot. Breathing in all the way up, last time. And breathing out, arms come down to the sides. Okay. We're going to come down to the ground. So let's come down in a squat. But we're going to bring the hands to the ground. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, take the hands in front of you. Feet hips width apart. As you breathe in, bring the shoulders back, and then breathing out, sitting back again, counterbalancing that, the bottom going back by the hands coming forwards. So try and bring the hands to the ground. Maybe even if your heels lift, bring the hands in front of you to the ground. Now we're going to just take the right foot back, a big step, and the left foot back. And bring the chest above the hands into a plank position. Good. Okay, strong legs, strong straight back. Keep the elbows soft, keep the chest nice and open. We do not want the shoulders up round by the ears. It feels very, very straining for the neck as also. Good. If this feels too strong, you can let the knees come on the ground. You also have the option of, you can try this version with the forearms on the ground. So we're really building up our strength and resilience here. You can have a little break and then come back. So now we're going to come from this position into a downward dog. So all you've got to do is lift your bottom and then maybe take a little step forward. You'll find your downward dog. So you've got a good distance between your feet and your hands. Strong belly. So you're going to really feel that your belly's flying upwards. So it's really not breathing into the belly, we're breathing into the chest in downward dog. Keeping the shoulders away from each other, space between the shoulder blades, look back towards the feet. If your heels are very high off the ground, then let's see if we can lengthen the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, by bringing one heel down at a time. So we're bending the left heel down, but bend the right knee a lot. See if you can really get quite a big bend in the other leg. So this gives our hips a bit more movement. It kind of feels a bit more liberating there. Keep the belly really strong and long in the waist. Good. Okay, bring the knees down to the ground, sit back into the heels. Bring the forehead to the ground into swan. Breathe in through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Just try that again. In through the nostrils, sigh out through the mouth. Good. We're going to come back to downward dog. So let's just come back. Make sure the arms are extended out in front of you so you've got a good distance, making sure also the space between the knees so that when you tuck your toes under, they're about hips width apart. Tuck the toes under, breathing in, breathing out, lifting up, looking back towards the feet. We're going to come into an up dog from the down dog position. So see how it feels returning to this. Now as you inhale, look towards the hands and lift your eyes, then bring your body forwards into up dog. So what happens here, we're not in a plank, we let the chest come forwards, but we push the heels back. So we really think about, lengthening and protecting the back. Now use the inhale to lift up to dog, down dog rather, and exhale, come into the posture a bit deeper. So you can just play with these, or you can choose one of them. Inhale is when you move. So inhale, lift the gaze. Make sure the fingers are spread wide, don't put too much strain on your wrist. You can always bring your knees to the ground if it feels too strong to have the knees off the ground for up dog, but really keep the shoulders away from the ears and keep the chest wide. Breathing in to come up again, breathing out to sink into downward dog. So move on the in-breath. That's your impetus for movement. And find the posture on the out-breath, or deepen the posture. In-breath. This is going to really develop some upper body strength as well. Have a rest when you need to, just come to the ground to swan. I'm just going to go a couple more for those of you who are enjoying this. Those of you who find this is too strong, you can just choose to come into downward dog or come into swan, or just rest until we move on. It's always on the inhale, we make that movement, that transition, and the exhale, we sink in. So one more. Coming into downward dog. And then we're going to just bring the knees to the ground, sit back into the heels, come into the swan or extended child. Now we just sweep the hands back into the child posture.
backs of the arms on the ground. Relax the shoulders there. Soften the mouth and the jaw. Maybe even make the sound to encourage that softening of the mouth. And just bring your awareness into the tension that might be held in the mouth and the jaw. So breathing in. Yeah. Feels good to do that. Feel that connection between the forehead and the ground. This space between the eyebrows, very significant. It's inner vision, it's third eye, referred to. We bring this place to the ground, to the earth. We're earthing ourselves, resetting. Good. Now we just bring the hands forward again. We're just going to walk the hands forward. So we walk onto the front of the body. Find a nice easy way to come onto the front of the body. So just let the arms be on the back of the arms, let them be back. And just resting on the side of the head. If that doesn't feel comfortable for your neck, you can always rest your head on your hands here. So just keep your neck in a good line. So you choose. And then feel the ground through your body, through your breath. You can feel the breath expanding. The belly, the chest. Feel a sense of that connection to, things we often feel separate from, the ground. All the front of the body is connected with the ground, the earth. Feel the breath moving. Good. So we're going to come into a back bend now. So let's bring the forward to the ground. Bring the legs together. Good. On the inhale, we're going to lift the eyes, nose, chin, chest. Also lift the shoulders slightly. And then from that lifting of the shoulders, the arms lift up. And they want to just kind of come upwards, but also backwards. And then you're going to lift the legs off the ground. Everything's lifting off the ground. But keep breathing. Keep the breath really nice and easy. In and out through the nostrils to support this, to keep that fueled. But as much of the body is coming off the ground as possible. And smile. One more breath in and release. And rest on the other side of the head if you're choosing that position. Or coming back to the back of the hands. And relax. Breathe deeply. Good. Try another version. So back bend. So we're going to put the hands on the ground now. The thumbs are going out to the side. Come onto the forehead, bring the legs together. Actually, we'll bend the knees and have the knees at a right angle so that the feet are lifted off the ground. Now use the inhale to lift the face, the chin, the chest off the ground. And you're going to feel this in the back. This is a great, very supportive back bend. So open the chest, take the chest forwards. Feel the belly is strong, but the abdominals will be engaging with this posture. Good. Breathe deeply. Keep breathing. One more breath in and slowly lower back down to the ground. Bring the hands up, slide the hands back up. Push into the hands. Walk the hands back. Sit back into the heels. Breathe in. Breathe out. So we're going to come onto the back now. So you can find your way to the back. If you want to have an interesting way, you can come up onto all fours, tuck the toes under, come into downward dog, walk the feet forwards, bring the bottom to the ground. It's just a nice way to kind of move into lying down on the back of the body. And you can just lie down, or if you want to do a bit of abdominal work, you can slowly roll down. It's soft because you're breathing and you're staying in contact with those toes and fingers. And breathing in and out nice and softly until you reach the ground and let everything go for a minute. Yeah, so now the back of the body gets to lie on the ground. So you have the front of the body on the ground, now we have the back of the body. Feeling how you're feeling. How is the energy? How is the balance of energy in the body? Is there areas that are maybe feeling different to others, either more energized or more numb or dull? Acknowledge those areas and just give them a bit of breath. Filling the whole body with air and releasing out from the mouth. Bend the left knee and bring the right knee. Let's hug the knees for a moment here. And let's practice Apanasana. So as you inhale, you take the knees away from you, extending the arms. And as you exhale, you draw the knees into the body and you lift the head up. So you notice how you're getting as curved as possible. Even the tailbone comes off the ground as you squeeze the knees in. And then you flatten the back to the ground, the head comes down to the ground. Inhale, make space for that breath. Exhaling, draw the knees in. The nose is wanting to touch the knees. And breathing in, let the knees come away. Breathing out, squeeze the breath out. Exhale everything. And breathing in, flatten the back. If you want to in this inhale, you can take the knees away and take the arms above the head. If you want to expand a little bit more, and exhaling, drawing the hands back in. Making yourself as small as possible. How far you take your knees away is dictated by your abdominal strength, but you must really take care to keep the back glued to the ground. So you really need to engage those abdominals when you extend. And then breathing out, make yourself very small. This is going to be a good work for your abdominals. Of course, abdominals are really important to support the back. Breathe out fully. Let's do one more of these, breathing in. Slow and steady in-breath, slow, steady out-breath. Be really mindful of how you breathe, how you're meeting your breath. So let's come into a twist. So we're going to extend the right leg and bend the left knee into the body. Put the left hand on the front of that left knee and the right hand on the front of the left foot or ankle. Draw that into the body. Good bit of opening across the groin there. Keep the right leg extended on the ground. And use your breath. In breath, maybe let the knee come away. And the exhale, squeeze that into the body. Now we're going to extend that left leg up to the ceiling and take hold behind the left thigh. Pushing the heel up to the ceiling, drawing the toes towards you. Now, if that feels too strong, you have volume control by putting that right foot on the ground, bending the knee. Otherwise, we're just using the breath here. We're letting the leg come towards us. Still thinking about lengthening the whole back of the leg here, pushing the heel up to the ceiling. Breathe. Breathing in, full in-breath. Breathing out, emptying, emptying, emptying. Belly button coming back towards the spine. See if there's a bit more space the body will give you. Now let's bend the knee once more. If your right knee is bent, slide the leg away again. So we need to make space for our twist. Right hand on the left knee and take it right over the body. Left hand can go out to the left there. So we have a bit of balance there. And it encourages the shoulder to come down. So you're bringing that leg right over the right side of the body and you're taking your head over to the left side. So you're creating this twist. You can close your eyes if you want to feel into this posture a bit more. So breathing in to that lovely twisted spine, breathing into the base of the spine. It's traveling up the back right to the top of the head on the inhale. And breathing out back down through the spine, out through the base of the spine. Again, there's no pushing, no forcing. We're just allowing and breathing deeply. Use the next inhale to lift the knee to center, lift the head to center. Do that slowly because that's quite a strong twist. Squeeze the leg into the body one more time to release and put the foot on the ground, slide the leg away, bend the right knee, hug the right knee to the body with the right hand and the left hand lower down the leg. Draw that into the body. Breathing in, take the knee away. Breathing out, squeeze the knee into the body. Good. Enjoy that lovely opening and space creation that we're doing with the body and the breath. Now extend the leg up to the ceiling. Take hold behind the thigh with the fingers. You can hold into the fingers to hold the back of the thigh. Push the heel up to the ceiling. Draw the toes towards you. Again, if it feels too strong, you can put that left foot on the ground. Only take hold of the back of the calf there if it feels you're not straining. You know, it's kind of, yeah, that feels okay, it feels as good as there. And then you're just letting the weight of the leg fall forward. I'm not pulling, that's different. So just letting my body relax a little bit, letting the shoulders relax back down to the ground. Softening everything. Rather than feeling it as being a stretch, I'm stretching my body. We're just being patient. And we're just encouraging the length in the back of the leg and breathing deeply. So there is effort, we're moving in a direction, It's not pushing. It's very, very different. And you'll find a very different response from the body. It's changing the way that we relate to ourselves and our body. This is what the yoga is. So, it's many things it's not. We'll leave that for another time. So now we're going to just bend that right knee again. Put the left hand on the front knee, right arm goes out to the side, and we take that right knee over the body, over to the left. Let the hand just rest on the outside of the knee. Trying to keep the right shoulder down, but also trying to get that knee to reach the ground. So we're creating quite a strong twist here, looking down that right arm, looking in the opposite direction to your knee. Even closing your eyes if you want to just feel into the posture more. Breathe. Long, slow, steady. Inhale. Long, slow, steady. Exhale. Empty. Emptying. Use the inhale to bring the knee back to centre, bring the head back to centre, lift the knee back up, give it a squeeze. Put the sole of the foot on the ground, slide that leg away. Okay. Just bring the knees up again, just hug the knees, both of them, and then place the sole sort of feet on the ground, close the buttocks, hips width apart, palms flat down either side, chin tucked in tight with the chest. So let's just remove that slightly, there you go. As you breathe in, you're going to lift the hips off the ground, open the front of the body, strong legs, knees are staying level, they're not splaying out and they're not coming together, they're staying in even space, breathing out, rolling down. If you find that a difficult thing, you can put a block or a ball, you have a ball or a rolled up towel you can place between your knees to keep that even space, and even squeezing the thighs slightly. So even without that though, you can have that feeling of squeezing in the thighs. Opening up the front of the body, the chest is coming towards the chin, the knees are going away from you. You also have the alternative to move the arms rather than pushing the arms into the ground. Some people prefer this, find it easier. Breathing in, lifting the arms up, open the front of the body, breathing out, rolling down the spine. Be really mindful of your spine. This is what this is about. This is the centre of this practice, is the spine. There's also the pelvic floor going on here. So great for strengthening the pelvic floor. You can engage Mula Bandha, definitely with bridge posture. Drawing up, lifting up through that pelvic floor as you inhale and releasing it slowly on the exhale. So we start to become more familiar with the body, more familiar with the whole of the body, more intimate with ourselves. Inhaling all the way up. Last one, breathing out, rolling down. Arms are coming down to the ground at the same time, the back reaches the ground. Counterpose by hugging the knees. Okay. Let's rock and roll a little bit here on the lower back. So we're going to come into, I think, probably more challenging posture, the shoulder stand, but there are many other options if you don't want to do shoulder stand. Which are basically getting your legs up against the wall. You can also put your feet up against the wall and come up into the shoulder stand by pushing into the wall. I don't have a wall here that I can show you easily with, but you know, it's very nice just to have your legs up against the wall or a piece of furniture. If you want to come into shoulder stand, you need to be very careful with this. The main thing in shoulder stands is once you are coming up, you do not move your head from side to side. So don't look at the video, just listen instead, okay? It's really important. You need a roll-up blanket or something like that to place. Your head comes off the top of it. So it's the top, the edge of the blanket needs to meet the top line of the shoulders, so your head is coming off the top. It's not a cushion, because we want to try and create space underneath the neck there. So once you've got that in place, then you can start to bring the knees up, take the weight of the legs over. Once you've got the bottom off the ground, you can start to help yourself by taking the hands there. Once you're in this position, with the legs over the head, then you can start to bring the elbows closer together in this position. And then you lift the legs up. You can come into half shoulder stand, that's perfectly good. If you feel inclined and you like to come a bit further, you can come up into full shoulder stand. But really pressing into the back. Keep the head still, looking up at the toes, breathing into the belly. Good. And if you want to then, you can take the legs over the head. Maybe the toes reach the ground, or maybe you place blocks or cushions on the ground or a chair behind you. And then you interlink the fingers. You can either hold and support the back, or you interlink the fingers, and then you take the hands, extend them away. To come out of the posture, you keep the weight of the legs over the head, bring the hands to the ground, and slowly roll out. I like to lift my head up because then I think it's really nice, supportive for the abdominals. And lower the legs down slowly if you want to get more impact onto the abdominals, and lowering down. So to counteract the shoulder stand, some of you might still be in the legs up the wall, you can stay there if you want to, but otherwise we can come into a camel posture. So coming onto your knees, high knees, make sure the space hips width apart between the knees. And then, first of all, we just take the hands to the lower back and we just get the front of the body a bit more prepared. So the elbows are coming close together and you're coming into a little back bend there, but you're pushing the hips forward here. You don't have the toes tucked under actually, so help that along. You can stay with that, but if you want to come into the full camel, tucking the toes under, you take the hand back to the heel, left hand, and then the right hand. If you can't reach the heels, then use something, trusty blankets, blocks, cushions, as many cushions, or whatever you need to put here to make contact, okay? And then once you have that contact, even if it's only fingertips, take the hips forwards, open the front of the body. It's the chest that's coming forward. Don't worry too much about flinging the head back. It's not really that necessary. You can if that's something you're used to, but I wouldn't strongly advise it. So we're counterposing that strong shoulder stand, and let's just come back onto the kneeling. And we're just going to focus on our breath for a couple of minutes before we lie down at the end of the practice. So I'll come back over to you. So you can come on to kneeling or sitting, whatever feels more comfortable for you. And we're going to do this lovely straw breath, which I think is a lovely way of calming and settling. So it's basically we have these hands in front of us in the prayer position. And imagine it's like a flower. So we open the fingers up. So you keep the base of the hands there. And we open this flower up. And because we're looking down to a flower, we might want to breathe in its lovely smell. And then we bring the fingers together and we have a candle and we blow the candle out. With this nice small amount of air rather than this will slow the breath down. So we're breathing in. Imagine just smelling that fragrance and then breathing out. Blowing the candle out, breathing in. And then blowing the candle out. Long, slow breath, breathing in. Everything emptying out, breathing in. Lovely fragrance of the flower. And breathing out. Let's do one more of those, breathing in. And breathing out long and slow. Just let the hands drop down. Give yourself time now just to lie down in a nice position for your relaxation, wherever that might be. Lying on your back just for a minute or so, just to close the practice and give ourselves a chance to reflect on our practice and the impact of our efforts. Yes, you've made the effort to be here and the effort to practice, and that in itself can be applauded. Close the eyes, lie in Shavasana, the corpse. So you might want to lie back, arms away from the body, palms facing the ceiling, feet away from each other,
feet turned out to the sides. If you have an alternative posture you'd like to have, if you're still in legs up the wall, stay there and enjoy. But most of all, close the eyes, take the focus inwards. Just for a minute, come into that inner space, and whatever's happening there, it may be that there's a lot of thoughts and busyness and whatever, and just watch all of that. Have a bit of distance from all of that, but accept it. Don't try and stop it. Don't try and make it any different to how it is. It is how it is right now. And so we become present with the breath coming in, breath coming out. All this stuff, all this mind, all this happening, this is coming and going, this is impermanent, which is a good thing. It's impermanent, it's just weather moving. So let's just watch this weather. Maybe there's a storm, maybe there's sunshine. Just watching your internal weather with detached awareness, just watching that. Every time you find yourself getting whipped into that storm or pulled into some beautiful sunset, just step back and watch it all. Just from this beautiful, stable, constant place that's available to us always. This seat within ourselves is like a throne, our sovereign place, our infinite, eternal self. Relax the whole body into this. Good. So we come back to life, back from the dead, from the corpse, revivify. How do you feel? Do you feel any different now? Let's notice that as you breathe and stretch. Okay, we're getting ready for the day, ready for the rest of the day. Move and stretch, maybe hug the knees, maybe give yourself a full stretch, whatever the body needs, just respond to that. Now we're more in touch with the body. Let's see if we can keep that connection, keep that awareness of ourselves, of our breath, of our body today. And as we come to seated, let's just have a bit of gratitude for this body, for this life. Yeah, and acceptance for this body and this life as it is right now, as it is right now. Rub the palms together, create some heat and energy between the palms, the hands. Imagine you're making a little fire. Yeah. Burning up all the rubbish. And placing that heat and energy over the heart center. Breathing it into that heart space. Hopefully that's a lot more open now. Close the eyes. And bring to mind your sankalpa, your intention for this day, or for this week, or for this month, or for this time. And it's a positively framed sentence that might start with something like I am, I can, I will. And say that to yourself and wholeheartedly give it your warmth and energy and attention. Good. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your practice. Beautiful, as always, well done. And you're welcome to join all the other practices I do in the week on Zoom and on Facebook Live. And thank you for your practice and thank you for your ongoing support. And please share it. If you know somebody who's going to enjoy this, share the love. So thank you. Bye-bye.